Hello YouTube, today our hero is Ideapad 5 14ITL05. Looks like that. And the problem is when I started to take the whole thing apart, took the back insulation off, and I could see a burn mark right there, burn mark right here. This is a MOSFET, and it looks something like that. So closer. So burn mark on the insulation and burn mark on the motherboard. Burn mark, burn mark, burn mark right there. Let's switch to the microscope. Let me show you around. Right, so I figured I will just remove the burnt MOSFET, and I know how to remove the burnt MOSFET, but the whole thing is basically burned. There is a hole underneath the MOSFET, so I'm not going to be able to do much here. I mean, technically, if you're not in the United States and you got all the time in the world, you can connect a new MOSFETs to here, then connect this trace to the new MOSFET, connect this trace to the new MOSFET, probably connect this trace to your new MOSFET, this one to the side, and probably do a line from here to here and line from here to here, which I'm probably gonna do, but not on this video for sure, because again, so as most of you know, there are two rows of pins here on the connector, one on the inside, one on the outside. And my understanding that this is the row of pins. This row of pins is hopefully on the inside. So the ones that are inside ones. And they go to this MOSFET, which does probably a handshake, and the current goes through. So there are two rows for this reason, because you got a MOSFET here for this row, and you probably have a MOSFET. This exact MOSFET is on the other side, which is burned. This one doesn't seem to be burned. This stuff here looks like, I don't know, something melted down already while I was trying to desolder the one on the top. And this is the broken connector. You could see the connector is crooked on this side, connector is crooked right here, and it's kind of looking like that. So I don't think this is the way how it's supposed to be. And again, this thing, from what I read, probably sometimes goes bad. This guy right here. So if your laptop doesn't work, it's probably because you broke the connector. The reason the connector broke because your plug is bad, is out of shape, and probably one of the MOSFETs on the bottom or on the top is bad, and maybe this guy is also bad. So go figure. Now, this business specializes in replacements of those. When one of those arrives, I already ordered, it's pretty much available anywhere. And by the way, if you know what this guy does or what this guy does, and how often you want to replace them, I would really appreciate it if you leave a comment below. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna replace this guy, and I have a bunch of videos on how to replace those, so I'm not gonna waste your time. And we will see if we can power up the system just from using the top side, just by using these connectors here, not the inside portion of the jack. Because again, that thing is looks pretty bad. And again, I mean, if you someplace outside of United States, you're probably gonna have time to fix all those 8 traces, and probably put some mask right here, put the new MOSFET right there, and that's probably what I'm gonna do. But it depends how soon the customer wants the laptop back. But again, this is my second laptop of this type of make and model in the last 48 hours, because the first one I replaced connectors. It had two USB Type-C, one right here, but only one of them was charging the laptop. And after I replaced the connector on one of those boards, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and I couldn't figure out why. But on this one, I decided to take a look closer, and that's what I found basically. My understanding, the other laptop also has a problem with the MOSFETs, either MOSFETs or whatever this piece is, because I already read some forums that you want to replace this guy, you want to replace that guy, you want to replace the guy on the other side, and obviously replace the connector for everything to function properly. Or maybe even this one, maybe this one is the same as this one. No, yeah. Let's take a look. C30C30HH. All right, yeah, so maybe this guy is for the bottom, this one is for the top. Or maybe we got, yeah, so this guy here. So again, I'm just making this video to make you people aware about this model, that it's not a straightforward connector replacement. It's probably something else as well. Either that, well, this guy, I mean, this guy fails all the time and it's such a pain. This thing doesn't really, I mean, sometimes you want to reflow those, but this one is really a pain to work with. So yeah, could be this, could be that, could be this, could be this. But from reading and from seeing this particular board, my understanding is the MOSFET here, MOSFET there, whatever this voltage suppressor or something, whatever that is. Yeah. So let's see, after I replace this guy, will the board work just on one side or not? All right. All right, so now we're gonna take the connector off of here. Alrighty. Alright, so this is how the board looks like after the connector is off. The trace was damaged, but it's not really that big deal. So here we need to clean up the plastic that got melted. Those are the plastic holes, holes for the plastic. Alrighty, so I found an exact replacement connector for it. I'm just fitting it in to make sure it's gonna sit perfectly in there. Alright, looks good to me. And we're gonna try and solder it up. Alright, so it seems like I soldered up the both rows. Now I'm gonna add some solder to the front legs. Let's see if the solder kicked in or not. Just wanna do a double check. Alright, solder no, didn't kick in right here. No, 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 yeah, useless. Okay. So didn't work out. The board takes a lot of heat and the soldering points didn't work out. So let me just solder some stuff up right here. Solder stuff right here. And then we're gonna reflow the whole thing again. Let's do it right here. Like that, like that. Same thing was for the other board that I seen a couple of days ago. Well, maybe yesterday. The hot air didn't wanna kick in. Or maybe just my hot air station is going bad, who knows, I'm not sure. It's been used heavily here. Even though I have a thermometer to read the readings are correct, it just doesn't seem like it's performing as well as it used to perform. All right, I needed to all right, looks like it's melting, everything's fine. I'm applying some pressure. All right, now that the connector starts to melt, I am removing the hot air. And let's see if it's gonna solder everything here. Let's take a look. All right, so now every single one of those is soldered. Okay. I should have kept a little bit longer the first time around. All right, so I'm happy that it's all good. All right, let's solder up right here. All right, let's solder up right here. All right, now let's solder up right here. Good job, excellent, excellent. All right, looks good. Looks good. All right, so I want to test and see if it's gonna work just by using the one side. All right, let's clean it up. All right, so moment of truth. Let's see if this Ideapad 5 gonna work at least 50% of the time. Let's plug it in. Let's see. All right, so that way it doesn't want to work. Let's flip the plug over. Yeah, so that way we got a handshake. We got 20 volts, 20.65 volts. And again, yeah, the reason I didn't want to work the other way around because obviously the MOSFET is not here. So technically the laptop should work even if you have that MOSFET burning the hole through the motherboard, because again this is a two-sided, so it works like that. It doesn't work like that. Oh, it does work like that. It does work like that because it only provides 5 volts to the board, because again the MOSFET is not there. If you flip it over, it provides the handshake through the MOSFET and we get 20 volts to the motherboard. As you can see right there, we get 20 volts on one of the sides. All right. And to prove the point, I will probably assemble the whole thing and show you that it's gonna work. But again, I'm not sure if I want to try and attempt to, you know, make 4 lines for the, again, I don't get paid for this particular repair that much because the USB-C repairs are a bit more expensive, but the clients, so our other website, the Power Jack Repair, where the repairs are a bit less expensive because it's about just regular connectors, and they didn't provide the payment for, how they say it, for the USB-C repair. They just said here. All right, and that's what I have. I mean, I have so many of those laptops laying down all over the place that I just need to get them out of here, so to speak. So probably not. I'm probably not me, not anybody else in the United States gonna have time to I'm just gonna disconnect it so it's not gonna overheat. Nobody gonna have time to deal with the MOSFETs like that. I mean, somebody would, but I mean, you need to get paid for it. I don't really get paid for that work, and I'm not gonna call a client and say, listen, you know what, let me upsell you on something. So no, I either fix it for the prices listed on the website, or I'm like, I'm not even gonna deal with it. I don't wanna upsell anything to anybody, and I know how it's always is. Like, you go to bring your car to the mechanic, and they upsell you like a day later. They tell you, oh, you know what, and you know what. So here the connector is replaced. It does work. It works through the top MOSFET when the connector is only plugged in a certain way, and it should work for quite some time because everything is soldered on the top. Soldered just fine. I tested each one of those little tiny pins, so it should work, and the connector is stabilized in place. 1, 2, 3, 4 soldering points. Brand new connector here. The power supply that they provided is not this one, but a different one, which is faulty. So we will have to deal with that too. And I'm gonna assemble it back together and see if it's gonna even power up and work. All right, the moment is through. By the way, this laptop, the Ideapad 5, used to come with just a normal round connector, which was totally fine, which we would just replace and it would work fine. Now, I mean, the hole used to be like right here for the normal connector. Now they switched to USB Type-C, and this is, I mean, more work for us, I guess, but I decided to assemble it back together, test to make sure it works, and send it back to the client because I looked at how much work I have to do. I know that I'm not gonna get back to this laptop in a week or two for sure. So let's just hope it's gonna work. All right, we're gonna connect the tester. It's a brand new connector. Let's see. Let's take a look. All right. We're sitting at 5 volts. All right, so well, and it's not doing exactly what I wanted to do. All right, let's see. No, still 5 volts, 3 amps. How about if you're just gonna flip the guy over? I already forgot which way it was up. All right, was that up? Yeah, right there, 20 volts, 1.5, 1.823 amps. Here, let me switch to a different camera. Hold on 1 second. Here. So there's no magic going on here, right? 20 volts, 1.8 amps, and now if you flip it over, it's gonna show us 5 volts, right? And it still shows us 20 volts, 4.8 volts. Oh, strange. How about if you're gonna switch it back? Alright, so no, I mean, it does work. Okay. Nice and steady. Alright, and the light is right there, you see? Okay. So it does work, and it shouldn't catch fire because that piece that was supposed to catch fire. Oh, there is a light going up like that, blinking like that. That seems like a fingerprint scanner. All right, and I got Lenovo on the screen. I don't want to show client's information. I just want to make sure that no client's information is present. All right, so no client information is present. We get a beautiful screen like that. And right there, it shows that the battery is charging right there. So even without that burnt MOSFET, system does power up. It works while the plug is plugged in top way up, because again, the bottom MOSFET doesn't work. And I mean, if any of the techs out there who watch my channel can maybe comment on what's wrong. Okay, so here Oh, oh, it doesn't work anymore. Ooh, what happened? Why is the current flowing the other way now? Ah, you know what? The current might be flowing the other way because my adapter is not 65 watts. It's a 45 watt adapter. Let's flip this guy over. Still not charging right there. And we're gonna flip this guy over. All right, so I guess it's a fail repair because I mean, I do need to check the 65 watt adapter because this is just a yeah, why? I mean, why? What's you know what? Hold on. Maybe it's my thing right here that's faulty. Here, plug this guy in directly. Nothing? Yeah, no. No, it's still not no battery, and battery is not charging. And battery is not charging. That does suck. All right, let's bring in the 65 watt adapter, see if that's gonna work in any way, shape, or form. I mean, this is exactly what happened to the previous laptop that I have here. Now, to show you, I do have a second laptop here. Just give me a second. All right, so here is a second laptop. Same as this one. Let's move this guy to the side. Let's not confuse which one goes where. And this one has two USB ports, 1 and 2. This USB port doesn't charge anything for some reason, but this one charged up just fine. But then after testing back and forth, I see that something isn't right. So we got two laptops. Let's not show any client information on this one either. And let's see, we get a Lenovo on the screen. Two different clients, but same day. Okay, so this one I charged up all the way already, right there. Let's see if we can switch from this guy to that guy. Yeah, and right here it shows that it's charging right there. You see? Oh no, you can see. Here, charging. All right. Now let's switch from upside down. And it charges as well. Does it charge? Yeah, right there. Charges too. All right. But on this one, there was no burning. All right. Now, what the problem with this particular laptop is it only works with this charger. All other chargers, it doesn't want to work with. Let's try, for example, let's try a different charger of mine. Let's take a look. Let's take a look what the problem could be. All right, so this is another Lenovo charger. Hopefully everything's plugged in properly. All right, so we unplug this guy, plug this guy in. And we get nothing, it doesn't want to charge. Unplug. Plug it in. Nothing, doesn't want to charge. And this is a 65 watt adapter. Yeah, it's connected. Maybe this cable isn't right. Yeah, so doesn't want to charge, right? Even though I'm sure I tested this laptop many times before. With this adapter, I meant tested this adapter many times before. And here it charges, all right? I don't know what's going on. Why does the 45 watt adapter charges the laptop that needs 65 watt? And the 65 watt adapter, which is mine, which I know that's supposed to work fine, doesn't charge the laptop. So again, this confusion, and again, somebody developed this particular system, and that somebody isn't particularly a great person. All right. Thank you so much for watching. If somebody knows what's going on here, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you know what the problem is. All right. Thank you. Bye.